Carl and Lou here from Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and it's Bloodstock year again. As of the time recording, we are a little over a month away from attending the 2024 edition, and it's our 10th. It's our 10th Bloodstock. 10 years of doing Bloodstock. Will be 11th, obviously, if it hadn't been for the 2021. Yes, which of course was COVID time. The festival was, of course, cancelled, postponed, whatever you want to call it, that thing. Pushed to the year after, but it did come back in 2021 and we carried on. So, well, technically we did miss one, we didn't really, because nobody attended in 2020. It wasn't like we couldn't and everybody else went. Nobody was there. So it's 10 years of it, and that's 10 years of memories, 10 years of many bands seeing, 10 years of having lots and lots of fun. And that's my overriding memory of the last 10 years. Fun. I'm going to struggle here. We're just going to look at our memories, really. We're going to talk about the reasons why we continue to do it, why we started, and some of our favourite memories over the past 10 years based off the lineups that I've got in front of me here. Bands we've seen, things that we really enjoyed, things you remember specifically from that year, and so on. Elements surrounding just our overall experience, when things were good, when things weren't so good. But for the most part, there isn't going to be much in the way of negativity here. I can't think of many poor experiences or any bad times I had, even with other people, and so on. So obviously 2014, it was the first year we decided to go to Bloodstock. And I guess the first question is, and I suppose it comes to you more than in me at this stage, why? Why did we go, why in 2014 did we decide to do Bloodstock? We'd never done up to that point. I was aware of the festival, but up until that point I was a sporadic festival goer. I had done download in full weekend downloads in 2008 and 2009 only. Did a couple of Sonospheres following that, Sonospheres, but obviously when Sonosphere disappeared, and I think the reason was I never really liked download. I never really got on with download, so it never became a consistent thing. Even to this day, I rarely do a full weekend. I've done the odd day here and there more than anything else. But when Sonosphere went, we kind of didn't, well, I personally didn't do any other major weekends festivals for a while. I know, so we hit 2014 and we kind of went on it there. You know?
We did, Hellfest.
We decided to do our first European festival. Our one and only to date, actually, European festival, and did Hellfest that year.
We did Hellfest that year. We did Day at Download.
No, Day at Sonosphere.
Day at Sonosphere.
Then the Big Four, I think it was,
And
then we did Bloodstock.
I don't know why we picked that one. Just because we could.
I generally couldn't tell you why we decided to do Bloodstock. I can't even necessarily say, it was lineup based on all that. Because when I look at the lineup of 2014, I'm like, okay, particularly the main stage, it wasn't like, the best lineup I've ever seen in my entire life. Compared to how it is these days, where Bloodstock really hits a lot of my things. Back then, I think we were just experimenting. So we got married in 2013. The year before, and obviously with that comes a lot of money, a lot of saving up and stuff like that. I think we hit 2014 and basically went, let's go nuts. Hence why we did Hellfest, the first European festival. It's why we did Sonosphere, the Big Four. Or was it Metallica by Request? Was it Metallica by Request or Big Four? One of those two. One of those two. It was Metallica by Request later. It was one of those two. I can't remember what it was that year, but we decided to do Bloodstock, and we decided, I think it was definitely maybe a birthday celebration as well, because we didn't just do Bloodstock, we did Bloodstock VIP. We started immediately with Bloodstock VIP, and my 30th birthday fell on the Friday of the festival, so I think it was probably related to that. Maybe that's what we were doing.
The Saturday. But it felt, actually physically 30 or 30th was there. So.
Oh, was it not the Friday? I thought it was the Friday.
No, Saturday.
Okay, it was, But so that's kind of was our first experience. That's kind of why we decided to go. We had no clue what to expect. No idea what experience. We knew we were doing VIP. We'd read it up in it. So we knew we were going to get a little bit more creature comforts and stuff like that. But bear in mind, up to this point, I've never actually done any festivals VIP or anything like that. Hellfest, we slummed it, for want of a better word. Download, camping in the past, we've just done normal, not the RIP or elements like that. So there was really no selling point beyond what we had read, which was like the Serpent's Lair. All the things that you get now, like, was still there back then, and so on. And even now, when I think back to then, I can't picture it being any particularly different. We've had one or two rougher years in VIP where things haven't been as good, based off, like, say, cleanliness of toilets and security and stuff like that. But for the most part, there was no different now to what it was back then. So we decided to do 2014. We decided to approach it this way, and obviously, something clearly stuck. Something clearly worked, right?
We really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Let's keep coming back.
basically that's it. It really was very much the case. But I still don't think, I'd love to know what point it became, and I can't picture in my head what point we went, okay, this has now become a permanent fixture in our lives. Because I can't imagine, I can't imagine 2014, like, we must have gone, all right, we're doing, how long did it take us to decide to do 2015? Did we do it immediately? I mean, like, I can't remember.
Yeah, because I can't remember. I think we were pretty sold on it.
I think so. I clearly think. I think we were sold on the size and the busyness and the general vibe that went with that, and that was like, well, this is nice. This is what we want, you know, a middle-sized outdoor festival, and I think that was a major selling point. And the idea that it was going to be like this every year was very, very appealing.
Yeah.
Because it's Bloodstock as well, lineups vary, or you know, and obviously band taste. And looking at the lineup of 2014, I'm intrigued to sort of see, like, I'd love to send myself now back then. There are certain things that I look at 2014 particularly and think, oh, how things have changed, how taste has changed. Now, I will point out that we didn't back then understand or know what the New Blood stage was or the Jaeger stage as it was back then as well. So we never really looked at those at all. Spending more time in the Thursday and in the selfie stage and the main stage. Now, I don't remember, but did we go on the Thursday?
I can't remember.
I don't think we did. Based off the fact that 5 bands that played that Thursday, I don't think we did.
No, I think we went down
Friday morning. I don't think we even knew. Yeah. Maybe we didn't even know there was a Thursday and paid much attention to that side of things compared to what we do now. Yeah. But I just remember from 2014 seeing a lot of bands on the main stage. That's kind of where we spent our time. First festival, first time getting to know it, and so on. We'll go into some of the bands in a minute. But what else about 2014 that really stands out for you?
Ooh, the VIP, the bags you get free.
Oh yeah.
I remember I'm wearing the T-shirt that I got made into a dress from the very first year, and I feel like they did a lot more with the
they were better back in the day,
stuff like that, and like we get it, costs go up, so like you're not going to put shot glasses in,
of course,
and like T-shirt quality has rapidly gone downhill. I think some people would say, look, just don't worry, because it's like a really cheap tote bag now.
Yeah.
When it used to be an actual tote bag with Bloodstock written on it and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just little things like that.
Definitely something that's dropped off in quality as the years have gone by, unfortunately.
I think the first year the VIP toilets were absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah.
Worse than Portaloos. But then I think the company got either replaced or they got
better.
Kick up the arse. Yeah. So that was it. So obviously feedback was like, consensus was they were worse than like Portaloos on a Sunday kind of thing.
Yeah.
I do remember we'll get talking to bands, like a big surprise that was quite nice on a personal level on 2014 when you had a family come surprise you. Yeah,
that was a nice little surprise. Yeah.
During Evil Scarecrow, and I was on my phone trying to, like, with limited reception, trying to organise where we were. And I remember you going, get off your phone, watch the band. I'm like, yeah, I am. And then once they got there, it was like, right, because that's what we were doing. So they come down with cake to surprise us for the day. So that was cool. I remember a lot of rain at the end of that Saturday. During Emperor.
Yeah.
Which made it quite cool, actually. It was quite, if you're going to have rain during certain bands.
Oh, I'd rather just not have rain. I'd rather just not have rain.
But if you're going to have it, Emperor, it was quite gloomy, quite gloomy, and it fitted the band.
No.
So I put a good spin on it. And then the Sunday was a rainy one as well, and that kind of knackered our...
Yeah, we left early on a Sunday. We didn't stay to the end. It was our first festival. I think we were pretty much done, and I think the rain had kind of sapped our spirit, and we were like, you know what, Megadeth are the headliners. I definitely remember seeing Saxon, but I think it might have been Saxon and that. I don't know if we stayed for a Monomarth either. I think we were kind of called it by then.
I'm pretty sure we left must have been about 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, definitely sort of early evening-ish time. We were like, you know what, we're done. Let's just head back.
Yeah, less than those old didn't take any spare hoodies that year, so when our hoodies were wet, I was like, oh, we're all wet now.
Still not,
So it's like...
Not, certain elements that we didn't know weren't very good at with festivals that, you know, we've kind of like know as a standard now.
Yeah, now it's like proper rain jackets because you don't walk around in a wet hoodie. We
don't
wear jeans at festivals because once they're wet, you're wearing like clingy stuff. It was quite. I do remember. Definitely do remember Emperor.
Yeah, I remember.
First time seeing them.
Don't remember tons about the bands, but I remember. I remember Prong. I remember Hatebreed, Dimmu, and Down. I remember all of that from the Friday.
Yeah.
That was fun. On the Saturday, I remember watching a little bit of Shining, because it was my first experience of Shining, and being like, that dude got a saxophone.
Yeah, man.
What the hell is that about? Orphan Land, Children of Bodom, I think that might have been the last time seen them.
No,
I think there was
another time when I think, oh no, I'm getting...
I can't remember. Last time I saw him was at Bloodstock. I can't remember if it was 2014, a little bit later. I can't remember when Alexi Leo died, so... We'll see. We're going through the lineup, so if they pop up again, it's likely been there. But and obviously Emperor as well. Remember a lot less about Sunday. Looking at the Sunday, I'm like, the one band I look at there, and I do remember walking past them and being like, don't like look at that band on stage and how times have changed. It's Avatar.
Yeah.
Now, like, send me back then, like that would have been spectacular. But how times change.
I do like that about our thing of bands. But yes, I don't remember much of. I do kind of picture ourselves coming down on a Friday and doing that trip. So yeah, you kind of I like that. I do like in general, like the things you pick up year by year and go, well, we know that works. Let's just do it. Let's do it again.
Something clearly stuck, because we decided to go back in 2015, and there's a lot more memories in regards to bands here and understanding of Bloodstock. I remember us having pretty good weather all weekend here. I don't remember that. Like when I think of seeing the bands that I'm looking at on this lineup, and I'm like, okay, no, I actually remember a lot of this. Now we definitely went for the Thursday, because I remember seeing Red Rum.
Yes.
Wasn't that when they played with Taking the Hobbits to Isengard? Is that them? I think it was.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
That was fun. Might watch a bit of Arna Courts, but I can't remember much about that. So definitely remember getting down on a Thursday. Still don't think we did anything really. Maybe we did a little bit more. Oh, did we on the New Blood stage? No, I don't think we really touched it again either. Looking at a lot of these bands, like it's funny looking now. So right, because obviously a lot of time we didn't know these bands. So I look at the New Blood stage. I'm going to run off some bands that I now consider not just to be some of my favourite bands in the world, but some of the best bands in the world. Yeah. So on the New Blood stage that year, we had the likes of Mortishead, Countless Skies, King Leviathan, awesome bands. Yeah. On the Saturday, we have the likes of Mastiff playing there as well. A lot of them, I don't even know if this, like who are Marta Demona? I don't know, you know. Bloodyard were there as well. Saw them more recently at Bloodstock.
Yeah, they was on the Sophie last year.
They were indeed.
So really cool. Yeah.
Sunday, Left for Red, you know. There's a few bands across that again. And the same with like go to the Jaeger stage. Oh, didn't we see Hannah War? That's when we first saw Hannah War. So we definitely did spend some there. Because I also think we saw Witch Tripper.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Witch Tripper as well, but Hannah War, definitely, and Morass and Molasses is pretty strong overall. But, you know, we also spent plenty of time, of course, at the Sophie and stuff like that. Looking at the hot Sophie, I do remember seeing, like, the Fire Red Empress, Hang the Bastard, Elsewhere. Memory's not so strong on that one.
No.
Main stage, though, very strong.
Yeah.
I think we spent a lot of time here. We did spend a lot of time. And it was still just us. It was still just us in 2015. But the overriding memory of 2015 is Sabaton. Sabaton's main sort of special guest slot on the Friday. I'd heard of them, I knew of them, but I certainly wasn't a fan of them. We decided to go, we got nice and close, and we were blown away. Yeah. Absolutely blown away by how good it was. I still consider it the best Sabaton show I've seen to date. Even better than the headline slot.
Yeah.
Because the headline slot by then I knew and expected, and that was spectacular. Yeah. But this support slot and what they do and what they did and In the Sun was fantastic.
You felt sorry for Trivium.
Felt sorry for Trivium, who the joke were great. Yeah. The crowd was not there for them, but I thought Trivium were great. I've always enjoyed Trivium. I enjoy them even more now, and I was really glad to see them there. Less enthused about the Saturday headliner, which was Room Temptation. We did watch them. Didn't care for it at all. And Opeth were the special guests, and similar to the problem that's happened this year, I can give or take. You know, I'm not too fussed. Put it this way, I always tell people the story. I've only ever fallen asleep watching one band, and it was Opeth. And that was a very long time ago, admittedly, and I am a bit more open-minded these days and certainly enjoy plenty of their music, you know, on the heavier side of Opeth music and stuff like that. And I will watch the headline show, this Bloodstock, up to a point. Yeah. But the moment I start to think, this is just Opeth, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm not going to force myself to do it. Yeah. I remember seeing Napalm Death. They were incredible. Yeah. They're always incredible, but man, oh man, Napalm Death were great. On the Sunday, little harder. I remember seeing Cannibal Corpse,
Yep.
and then basically ending my festival in the most boring way possible, because Black Label Society came up next, and I don't care if you love them. That band stinks, and constantly, boring. I remember it being incredibly boring, and then being wrapped up with everyone telling me, I swear to God, it was by this point the third time I'd seen him. Third time I'd seen Rob Zombie play, and all I kept being told was, each time, oh, you're just not seeing the full show, you're just not seeing the full Rob Zombie thing. This was the third time, and it was his headline slot, and all he had was crappy horror movie backdrops and did some dancing on stage, and I said, that's it.
Yeah.
This is crap.
Yeah.
Now, I'm done. Now, we had friends, obviously,
Yep,
down there for that as well, who were
Yep.
big zombie fans,
Yep.
but I just remember that being the last time I gave Rob Zombie my time. Now, weirdly, I did see Rob Zombie at Hellfest, and I thought he was enjoyable there, and that was more during the day, and I think it was because it was a shorter set, and it was more peppy and in it, but then I saw him doing the, was it with Manson, or was it the Ozfest one? It might have been the Ozfest one.
Oh.
With Korn and stuff like that, the
O2
O2, and that's the second time, and this was the third time, or second or third around that time, and I was just done.
Yeah.
I remember it being one of the most underwhelming headline shows I've ever seen at Bloodstock, and there have been a few. There's still more to come, but yeah, it's up there as one of the worst for me personally.
Yeah, and it was Sunday as well, so it's like,
Yeah.
oh, but yeah.
Anything else about 2015 that you remember?
We did some, like, I think we went to the, I don't remember what year it was. No, I don't think we did the sideshow stuff. I think we were kind of getting used to kind of popping our heads into the Serpent's Lair to see what was going on, some of the shows and stuff.
We were certainly finding our feet a bit better. We were, but we really, I think 2016 is where it really kind of, we really started to understand it. We started to move around a bit more. We still didn't do a lot in the regards New Blood and Jaeger stage, because again, I look at the list and I'm like, do you know what I mean? Like Witch Tripper on the New Blood stage, the Crawling were over there, Agrona over there. These are some great bands. Conjurer, Famine, Ramage Inc. Oh my God, that's Saturday.
Yeah.
10 Ton Slug, Harriet, Vendetta, Ramage Inc., Famine, Conjurer. Now, oh my God, I'm just there all day. I'm there all day. Absolutely amazing. And then you go to Sunday, you got Gutluck or Footprints in the Custard. He's like, grab a bitch in the north.
I can't remember watched a bit of Footprints in the Custard.
I can't remember. Yeah, I mean,
maybe they moved up to the Sophie.
Maybe
They headlined on Thursday, I believe. So that's where I saw them, because they had a bigger stage. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely still not doing much around that. We did do the Thursday as well, because I remember seeing Phil Campbell's all-star band. I remember kind of enjoying it. Don't remember much about the rest of the bands, but Carabidius, maybe better them. But I don't know if that's just because I know them now more than anything else. What else on Sophie stage? Do you remember much from that?
Did we see? I don't think we saw Boss Kilo.
I don't think I knew them as well then.
Because I would have been there for that. I didn't know Fetal Juice back then.
Yeah.
I saw them a bit later when they played on the Sophie.
Yeah.
So I played again on the Sophie.
No, again, we're still finding our feet. It was mainly, but 2016 was mainly about one band for me, and it was my first time seeing them, and in theory my last time seeing them, Twisted Sister.
Yeah.
And it was one of those where it could have easily just been not everything I wanted it to be. It was everything I wanted it to be. Had a fucking blast. Still got a 40 and fuck it tee lying around in my clothes cupboard. Absolutely loved them. Really one of my favourite headline shows. We had a good day on the Friday. Now some of it's unfortunately time changes things and behaviour changes and stuff like that, so it's harder to reflect on this in a positive way anymore. But at the time, we had a lot of fun with Gloria Hammer and the Evil Scarecrow in a row. Now you couldn't pay me to go stand in front of Gloria Hammer for whatever reasons. I'm not going to go into it. Go Google it yourself. But I got no time for that band. No disrespect to Scarecrow, still killing it. Absolutely love what they're doing. We also got some lovely Corrosion of Conformity that day. Big fan of them. I remember being thoroughly impressed by Behemoth as the main support of the Twisted Sister as well. Behemoth are a band, seeing a lot of Bloodstock now, of course, as well.
We had a headline later on.
Saturday. I remember. What do I remember? I remember seeing Agakoki. I remember seeing Valenfire. Yeah, Valenfire, killer. Rotten Christ, definitely them. I think Saturday was a good one. Fear Factory, Paradise Lost. That spectacular Gojira show.
I think Fear Factory.
Was bad.
Yeah.
It was one of the times where we kind of went, I can't do this anymore.
slight bit of wind, vocals just. Yeah, it wasn't the best sound for Fear Factory.
It was
I
not.
think that's a lot. No, I think we saw them again at an Underworld show.
Yeah, we weren't quite. No, I think that was before, but we weren't quite done. I think we saw them at the Forum was the last time. The Demanufacture celebration show.
But yeah, it was his last festival performance, I think.
I think it might have been the last festival of this version of Fear Factory. A Burton-led Fear Factory or fronted. Great Gojira. Set, I remember it being quite sunny and lovely. And then along came Mastodon to just disappoint, as they often do. I'm a big fan of Mastodon on record, but on live it's all over the place. And this was a very ho-hum main stage performance. I just remember it seemed like they didn't really care. Yeah. And they looked bored and uninterested, so it didn't do much for me. Overriding memory also 2016, and this is maybe a little bit more negative than anything else, but I got up early because a band I loved was on the main stage opening it called Ghost Bath. And I went along there and got up nice and close, ready to be mesmerised, and had the entire show ruined by a group of people who thought it was hilarious the way the front man screamed and howled, so then proceeded to just do it all the way through the set, copying him. It was infuriating. Never quite forgiven them for doing that. Like, fuck off. Yeah, just fuck off somewhere else. You know what I mean? You ruined that for me. Don't really remember a lot else right now. I remember seeing Slayer.
We stayed to watch all of that.
Yeah, we stayed or we left off. Yeah, because I think we even hung around, did some shopping afterwards. And left quite late that night. It's Slayer. Slayer doing Slayer. It was
lots of fire.
It was fine.
Cool.
Yeah. Anything else from 2016?
No.
Nope.
No, not nothing that jumps out.
Okay.
Yeah, 2017.
2017. So this is the first time where... Is this the first time where Brendan and Gemma... Yes, it was.
The whole weekend.
So brother Brendan, obviously GBHBL's Brendan, and his partner Gemma joined us, and it was our first time we became a group of 4 instead of just a twosome. So that immediately made it a lot better. This is actually where I think we saw Hannah War on the Jaeger stage. I think this is where we saw them as well.
It was so much fun.
We actually saw a few more in the Jaeger this year. I remember seeing Spider Bite as well, and Voodoo Blood.
Yep.
So that was cool. The New Blood stage. I'm not entirely sure we spent much time there at this point, but looking at it again, you had the likes of Embodiment, Thermash and Crown, Raise the Void, Blood Oath. There was good bands there. Zahora, Dekesis on the Saturday, Ball, Solar Suns, Raised by Owls, 100-Year-Old Man, Ward 16. New Blood was strong, man. Seethen Akira Battalions on the Sunday, Heathen Deity, Netherall. Great.
Been like irrelevant.
Now we would be absolutely. Obviously, remember a lot about the Sophie stage. Remember that Thursday we saw Battle Beast, we saw Wind Rose, we saw. I think we did the whole thing.
Yeah,
Ramaging, Gert, the Infernal Sea, absolutely banging.
That's the one only time I've seen Gert. In all the years I've loved them, I'm like, how has that worked out that way?
2017 was also the first year we ever did an interview for GBHBL. It was a phonely, badly recorded, badly done one, non-official one with the Infernal Sea, who had asked us to interview them. We had no press. We weren't doing it that way. It's on the YouTube channel. I dare not watch it myself because I just would cringe probably. We've come a long way, put it that way, and so is this band. We're doing incredible things now, so it's great, and I've spoken to them since afterwards, so you know, and hopefully I did them justice back then. Also on the Sophie stage, I remember seeing Inquisition. I remember being quite excited for them. I'm not even sure if they're really around anymore. I never really hear anything about them anymore.
No, I can't remember. They rings a bell like a bit more
black metal.
Right, okay, that makes more sense.
Around that though, I'm not too sure what else we saw on the Sophie stage.
No, I mean, looking back at it now, I would have gone
to
see Corpse and Morass.
They're all there. Some strong stuff as well. Shrapnel were there. Okay, main stage. Biggest takeaway memory is really going to be Ghost. A controversial headliner at the time. Was very excited. Was banging into Ghost. More into Ghost then than I am now. Was banging into him. Was expecting cool things and got cool things. Of those 3 headliners, Amon and Megadeth, that was pretty much of the 3. Amon Amarth, it was the first time I've seen them headline, so it was cool as fuck, obviously.
Yeah, because the first year they were high up on the Sunday, but we didn't. We
Yeah,
went
so
home
this was,
early.
yeah.
And obviously Sunday's a bit more of a quieter day, so to see him on a Friday was pretty cool.
But that was also about Blind Guardian, you know, any
Yeah.
chance to see Blind Guardian was a big deal, so having them there. I remember that being a really good run as well. I think that's probably why we were there. You had Devilment, Soulwork, Decapitated, Testament, Blind Guardian and Monomar.
Strong.
We weren't really moving much from that main stage. Saturday, I remember Municipal Waste.
Yeah,
I remember that
lovely.
being a lot of fun as well, and Crater being quite good. It would be much better as a headliner a few years down the line.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Winter Phyleth. They were awesome as well. The Sunday, Hell. Of course, how could we miss Hell?
That was an amazing set.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. That's one of my strongest memories from the one and only time I've seen Hell. So big one for Sunday. Anything else from 2017?
No.
But 2018, still just the four of us, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes. I believe so. I think it was 2019 when we first got more people on board.
Right. Yep.
I believe. Yeah.
Yep, so 2018. Right, we have on the Jaeger stage, we definitely started seeing a few more bands now as well. I remember seeing Kamikaze Test Pilots.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the likes of Damaged Reich, Alpha Omega. We're starting to see bands. Was this the first year we did press?
I think it was.
I think it was, looking
Yeah.
at a lot of bands, I think we definitely chatted to a lot of these. This might be the first year we do press. So just to sort of reiterate something if you don't know, well, we have done press for the last couple of years, last 4 to 5 odd years? Yeah, 5 odd years of Bloodstock. We don't do press in the sense that we plan it that way. We always want to go to Bloodstock and we always want to do it for VIP. So we're buying our tickets super early. Our press requests come later, much later, on the basis that we just want to interview people. We don't do free tickets and things like that, purely because we want to make sure we're going to Bloodstock and we're not going to sit there hoping and fingers crossed that we might get press passes to then get there for free.
Yeah.
Nah, you're right. We're never going to take that risk because we're always going to be there. No guarantee of press either. We're not exactly a big outlet. So imagine that. Oh yeah, we'll do it that way and then not get it anyway and then have to. Yeah, no thanks. New Blood stage, right? Yes, yeah. This was the first. So this was the first year where we really upped our game. I remember seeing so many bands and interviewing them beforehand. The likes of Democritus, Turbine, Volgor, Pelusian, Seven Hells, A Ritual Spirit, Underdark.
Oh, wow.
Big fan of them now. Didn't know them back then. Sertraline, who of course are Waterlines these days. Body Harvest, Trivax, on the Saturday, Earthband, Luna's Core. I mean, I'm wearing a t-shirt by Luna's Core right now. Aeonia, Equinox, Ashbourne, Cadence Noir, Killer Nova. God damn, this was a great lineup. Who else we got? Barbarian Hermit, Dead Before Morning. Great, strong New Bloods. Finally started to realise how good the New Blood was back in 2018. I remember doing the Thursday. Remember seeing 100-Year-Old Man. Also interviewed
Always
them.
like seeing them.
Yeah, remember seeing Bloodshot Dawn. And don't really remember much about Akko now.
I'm getting flashback there from I think the Russian band. I remember them.
Okay.
Maybe they did something a bit more later on, but definitely I've seen Arcona at Bloodstock. So yeah.
Friday, Sophie, Mortis Head.
Oh,
Early on,
yeah.
bringing the fire and really doing a spectacular
pretty
show.
cool.
I find it hard to believe they're not been invited back since.
Yeah.
Godfrey, remember seeing them.
Yeah,
The
that
absolute
was so
delight.
good,
Ingested, Suicidal Tendencies. I remember watching a bit of Dora as well.
I can't remember Dora. Oh.
I remember watching a bit of Dora because I'd never seen her perform live, so I remember we watched a bit of it as well. Orphan Land, I remember absolutely loving that show.
Yeah, 100%
Absolutely loving that. And checking out a bit of Forest of Stars. I don't think I was a fan of Conjurer back then, so I don't think I saw them. Do you remember seeing Dead Label? That was a
the
blast.
Irish lads.
Yep, that
Yeah.
was a blast. On the Sunday, I'm not sure. Definitely not Alien Weaponry. Was it Alien Weaponry that year? Was it
Yes,
that
I
one?
think because there was quite a lot of buzz because obviously
Was that the year when the buzz was there?
I think it
Yeah,
was. On
okay.
Sophie. Yeah, that Sophie's really strong as well.
It was really strong.
Well, stronger than the main stage. to be
Yeah,
honest.
because Suicidal Tendencies were supposed to play on the main stage that year, and Love Bites ended up swapping over with them because I think Suicidal Tendencies got delayed. That's why Suicidal Tendency ended up in the tent.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It's funny how your brain kind of just klicks in and
Kicks
goes,
in.
oh, I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
I saw Mantar
Yep.
on Sophie because I really want to see them. Not seen them much since. I know they're still like plooting around, but I remember they're really good, Mantar.
But yeah, so the main stage, biggest, strongest member of that is combination of things. It was Judas Priest, of course. Here's the thing, it's not strong anymore because I would see Judas Priest later on that year, end of that year at Brixton.
Yeah.
And that was spectacular. So that's my overriding memory more than the Friday of Judas Priest at Bloodstock. Gojira, there was a headliner. That was a big moment. Absolutely
Really good.
fantastic. On that Friday, I also remember Love Bites. I remember watching them because I was a big fan at the time. I remember watching The Emperor again. But don't remember seeing much else. Certainly no, I wouldn't have bothered with Wednesday 13.
No.
Definitely not.
No, I reckon it must have been more Sophie then.
Yeah, Saturday... I remember Old and Ogan and Septic Flesh. I remember doing those two. I think we watched a bit of Venom Inc. as well. I vaguely remember watching a bit of Venom Inc. too.
Just because obviously they're kind of, I feel like they're the kind of bands you say like you want
Yeah.
to see at least once.
But then we kind of we definitely sacked off Combi Christ, and I wasn't a fan back then, and similar to what I said about Gloria Hammer, but perhaps maybe even more, it's Elstorm. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Get in the bin. Didn't like them back then. Have even more justification to not like them now.
Yeah.
So I hope they never ever darken a festival that I'm at again.
Yeah.
Although I suspect, considering they're still clearly going strong, that will definitely happen.
They were main stage on Download last year, I believe.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere, sadly.
Yeah.
Remember seeing Cannibal Corpse banging?
Yeah,
absolutely.
really cool.
Always good fun. Sunday was a weaker day overall, but I remember walking past and just watching a little bit of Fozzy, just because Chris Jericho and we're wrestling fans more than anything else. Now, actually, I'd probably like to see them at a festival more than then. At a festival? I'm not paying for a show.
No.
I don't remember watching Jest. I think I might have watched a little bit of Mr. Big, but I definitely remember seeing Devil Driver and being a bit disappointed by Devil Driver. Remember being a bit let down by it, not really enjoying it.
Because we've seen him a lot of times.
Yeah, I think it'd been a while as well.
Yeah.
At the Gates was a big deal. That was great.
Yeah.
But again, we'd seen him a few years beforehand at the Forum, and that was spectacular. Yeah. So I don't think it was on that level. And we did watch Nightwish. This was the first time with Fleur. I think first time seeing it with Fleur.
Yeah.
Fleur Jensen. And it was spectacular, but it was not particularly exciting.
No.
Anything else about 2018?
No, not really.
2019, and we really start getting into the sort of proper memories of things. Our group grew here.
Yeah.
We had a few friends decide to start joining us now as well. So cool. Our group was becoming bigger. We were continuing to do it, and we were becoming old hats at this point. 2019 marked our 5th year at it. Yeah, 5 years. Yeah, so there you go. We were becoming old hats at it. And on the Jaeger stage, what did we see? Who did we see? Maybe not too much. There actually wasn't that much on. I remember doing interviews, Women of War. I don't know if you watched them. I remember interviewing them because, of course, it's the members of the Dekesis and other bands.
Yeah, Beggar stands out because I think that's where we started to kind of like
notice them.
The APF records.
Okay,
some of their offerings.
Pemphigold, I remember seeing Pemphigold as well. The New Blood stage had another strong lineup all over it. You likes of Grand L. I remember got a lot of t-shirts. The Hope Burden, who I did I see them or did I send Dan to see them? Was that Dan's first year?
I think it was.
Yeah, I think I sent Dan to view. I think I was interviewing and he video recorded some of the Hope Burden for me because I was interviewing at the time. Annika, Masters Call were amazing on the Saturday. Really excited to see them. Lockhorns, Digenova, Void Lurker, Empire Warning, Grave Ritual, Goat Monsoon. Saturday was very, very strong. Yeah. Really, really strong.
Sunday as well. So, Bastard, they're not around anymore, but Bastard, the crowd for that was just so nice. It was there was like family and friends all enjoying it. It was a really good vibe. So when they said they were not finishing, I was like, oh, I like them good. But that was a really good standout. Damn them,
great things. But Sophie's stage was really strong for us this year as well. The Thursday was up there as one of our best lineups on Thursday to date. We had Barbarian Hermit, Blind River, Footprints in the Custard, 10-Ton Slug, and Rotting Christ. That is 5 for 5, man. Yeah. That's insane. Yeah. On the Friday, I remember seeing Control the Storm. Remember seeing them?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Counter Skies 2019. This is 2019. Counter Skies up there as one of my worst interviews. Not because they were like bad people or bad dicks, whatever, and stuff like that. A combination of everyone. We scheduled this interview too early. Way too early for us and for them. And everybody was hungover and everybody was tired, and it reflected that. I'd love to have another go at them at Bloodstock and in a much better position. Yeah. I do love the band. I regularly wear a hoodie by them, and I love what they do, and they're top dudes as well. Speedhorn, always Speedhorn, and Grand Magus, fantastic Friday.
I think that's you literally bumped into them, the two singers, they clattered me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Obviously had a few bevies, clattered into me. They were apologetic, but I was like, oh, that's fine.
But over on a Saturday, only one I really remember is Red Method, killing it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely killing it. And on the Sunday, I'm sure we would have seen Boss Keloid, unless it clashed with something.
Maybe that was the first time I saw him then.
Maybe.
The first time I fell in love with them.
But yeah, the main stage, major standouts. So if you're looking at the headliners, it's Parkway Drive. The controversial choice, whatever you want to think of it that way, the controversial choice for the weekend ended up being spectacular. We knew it though, because we were coming off the back of seeing about Alexandria Palace a few months beforehand.
Yeah.
And they were absolutely killer then, and we knew it.
Yeah, we stood in the same, we kind of, both times we stood there watching them, we had the entrance with fire torches. So
at Alexandria Palace, we were on the right-hand side, and by accident, we stood where they literally walked straight past us with their fire torches through the crowd. Yeah. At Bloodstock, we were on the left-hand side facing the stage, and the exact same thing happened. Quite coincidentally funny.
Oh, sweet! They're going past again. This year, this was the windy year because Cradle of Filth. I think this is
the windy year.
I remember Cradle of Filth and the screens having to be lowered. Delays and bits and pieces going on. I do remember that. Yeah, Cradle ones get pushed.
Yeah, it was the windy year as well, but it was another spectacular show by Evil Scarecrow. I remember watching Swallow the Sun as well. It was windy because, of course, that was Diala's murder. What an infamous video Bloodstock used as well. I don't know if they use it anymore or can use it anymore because of CJ's
departure from
behaviour, whatever. You know, we're not going to get into that, but you know, either way, it was quite a memorable moment. I remember being bored by the Wild Hearts. May not have watched all of them as well, and certainly would not have watched Anthrax. Which brings us to the Sunday, and I remember Soilwork, of course, but I don't remember lots about Sunday. I definitely did not watch any. I think I watched a bit of Queensryche, but I remember vaguely hearing a little bit of Scorpions, and that's about it. I find the Scorpions dull as dishwater, so definitely no big deal there, but definitely enjoyed Cradle of Filth as always. Yeah, that's about it for 2019, I think.
It was a mix. I feel like the lower stages were definitely like
strong,
yeah.
And that brings us to 2020, which of course was a year where it didn't happen. It was postponed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So we're not even going to bother. We're just going to jump straight to 2021 because obviously there wasn't much to remember about that, really.
I think with the COVID year, I think a lot of people were kind of going, "Oh, it's late in the year. It'll be fine. It's late in the year," and it kind of went, Once everyone else started falling and going, "No," it was like, "Well, it's gonna." They did. They
held out as long as they could.
They did do the Festivals United thing, the online stuff.
That's right.
They did like live webcasts.
Yeah, of different ones. Yeah, not Fortress Festival. The prison.
Oh yeah, I can't remember the top of my head.
The one that's in San Francisco, but they're named after that prison. Alcatraz. There we go. Yeah.
I got some little wristbands made up.
Yeah, we had a nice barbecue, drinks around Brendan's house. Yeah. Obviously, COVID rules being followed, but they would. By that point, I think they'd relaxed a little bit.
And we was outside as well.
Yeah, we were outside, so there was a little small group of us, and we kind of celebrated it that way as best as we could. Obviously, it wasn't the same. We found it very heartbreaking, but we didn't have much of a we didn't have a choice.
Yeah, everyone in the same boat. So,
but it brought us back in 2021, and what is today my favourite Bloodstock. My favourite Bloodstock because it had an extra day, but also they were forced to look closer to home to build a lineup, and that was very, very cool. Yeah. Of course, we had a full extra day, but with certain stages closed. So it actually started on a Wednesday. On the Wednesday, where we had the usual sort of Thursday setup of just 5 bands. Yep. Anakim, Ward 16, Raised by Owls, Beholder, Onslaught. Pretty strong.
That was pretty good.
Remember really enjoying, like Ward 16 and Raised by Owls alone were a major selling point of that. Then all the stages, but the main stage opened on the Thursday. So you had a full Jaeger, full New Blood, and full Sophie stage of bands. Jaeger stage, don't really remember seeing anyone there. Torture Demon. It's an infamous show. Infamous show. Shouldn't have been playing that stage. One of those, they should have been in the Sophie stage. Lesson it would be corrected later on. Didn't they damage the stage or something like that? It was so busy and so intense. I think there's a story around that.
Yeah, I mean, and the crowd, how far back that crowd went. I mean, looking back at now, Jaeger, there's certain bands I'm like, I really love them now. Like, I would have gone and seen them then. Well,
let's just stick to the extra day first before we go to the sort of the more weekend. New Blood stage, a lot of familiar bands, nothing really I remember. Slave Steel, Casket Feeder, Pemphigold, Gold, Gourd Eater, Kurakuma. Yeah, that's about it. The Sophie stage, again, lots that really stood out. So there's a lot of times first, and following back, we saw Luna's Call again. I think they were short of member. So it wasn't as strong as they'd previously been. But we had Ashen Crown as well there. Seething Akira, Fallen World, Famine, The Crawling. Although not for me, other people in a group love Punk Rock Factory. Yeah. But not for me.
Yeah.
And then that was it for the extra day because the main stage wasn't open. So then we jumped to the basically the normal festival days.
Yeah.
Across the Jägermeister stage, we saw the likes of Mountain Caller, Lowen, Boycott the Baptist. Yeah, not too much over the weekend. I think we wanted to see more, but again, interview commitments, and I think we really had a full-on one. We were really upping our interview commitments then, perhaps too much. We've got a bit over the top sometimes, and I think that might have been a really busy one for us there as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, over on the New Blood stage, we saw the likes of Beyond Salvation, Elder Druid, Broken Jaw, these Beyond Extinction. Hannah War, I think you went to see them. I think I might have been doing something else. Oh, it's called War, Words That Burn on the Sunday. Sunday was quite strong. Words That Burn, This Is Endless, The Ingester, Fellowship, South of Salem, Dietus, Ghost of Atlantis. I don't think we knew them then. I don't think we knew, or we didn't know them well enough then.
No, because we would have...
Not on the New Blood stage, yeah. No, first time we saw them was the Sophie stage.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
That is cool. Sophie stage, right. Who did we see and who stands out from that? I think it was really the top end. Raging Speedo and Ivar Conan. I don't think we did Napalm Death in this day. I don't think we did.
That's a strong little section of bands though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think we did any of the headliners in Sophie. We often don't sometimes, particularly on a Sunday night, because we're often heading home after the main stage or around the main stage headliners. So we rarely do. So we definitely didn't see Scarecrow that year. No. But during the day, Video Nasty's another hall. I remember that. Yeah, Video Nasty's a great fucking band. Winterfiler, Thramajink, again, Memoriam on the Sunday, Gravelines, I remember seeing enjoying them a lot, Vexed, Necronautical and Green Lung.
Yeah.
Yep. Although probably not as big of a fan of Green Lung back then as now.
I'm still trying to picture the first time I saw Green Lung.
Well, they all do start to merge into one. That's the thing. We're doing this off the top of our head and kind of just using a prompt from the lineups that are up on Wikipedia to try and get the best idea of what we remembered. Some are jumping out more than any others. Yeah. And like going to the main stage, a good example of that is all the headliners here. Devon Townsend, huge deal. Amazing. Absolutely huge deal. It was fantastic that he was able to do it, obviously coming from Canada as well. So isolating away in a hotel room to make sure this happened.
About 2 weeks prior, wasn't it?
Yeah, committed as fuck, man.
But yeah, like he would post up videos and stuff. And I definitely remember when they played Spirits Will Collide, that was quite a moment. Yeah, it was great.
Skindred was a moment as well. I think people, and it's the right band, like post-COVID, bring Skindred out, abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah. But I always remember as well, absolutely loving Fetal Juice that day and Venom Prison. Absolutely loving Venom Prison. Also, massive shout out to Svalbard. There's a picture of you and Dan with the vocalist from Svalbard as well. Acid Rain, really, really strong. On the Saturday, we had Conjurer, absolutely amazing. I watched a bit of Wargasm and happily didn't like him then, don't like him now. Remember seeing While She Sleeps and Malevolence because that was a little period for Dan to really enjoy himself, more his style of music. Yep. Remember watching Paradise Lost and Cradle again as well, and Cradle was spectacular. Yeah. Wasn't too sure they would be. They were. An amazing, amazing lineup. Sunday was a little bit all over the place for us here. I don't remember seeing too much here. I do vaguely remember watching a bit of Diamond Head, but I'm not sure we did too much there. Maybe it was more New Blood at the year.
It was quite tiring. By Sunday, the extra day, you forget how much. And it was... I think it was quite an intense one as well because we both work full time. Yeah. So the fear of getting sick just before Bloodstock, after waiting for it.
I remember being exhausted in Saxton, and I think we were just kind of counting down and getting to a point. I think Dan wanted to go; he was pretty much done, and so on. I think we were pretty much done. I think we watched a bit of Judas Priest. Yeah. I don't remember doing much beyond that. No. Busy year, but it was my favourite one just for that extra year. Of course, that was Dear Brian Blessed, of course. And Loathe were going to play and then had to pull out as well. So did Silosis. I forgot Silosis was there as well. It was supposed to be there and so on. 2022, well, back to normality.
The hot year.
Yes, the hot year. Most famous for how hot it was. I'll always take that over rain, though, people. Oh, yeah. I don't care what people say. I'll give me that heat any year over the rain.
Like, it was on like a holiday abroad. No one was wearing hoodies, just walking around the VIP. It was just,
it was tiring, bliss. And it was during like the sun. It was crazy, and especially with doing interviews and stuff like that, it was intense. But the Jägermeister stage, not too much going on this year over that year, and nothing that I can picture jumping out that I saw.
Swamp Coffin, they were good.
I
definitely got to see the Swamp Coffin.
I remember when I saw Tombs. I made sure I saw Tombs as well. Cool band.
Definitely saw Master Charger. Acid Throne.
But yeah, mainly New Blood again, really New Blood. And it was the likes of I Fight Bears, seeing them, Vermin, Throne, Fire, Sky was a big deal for us. Tribe of Ghosts, Collapse the Sky, Head Press, Nova Crow, That's Saturday.
Yeah.
Nova Crow, Steel Mage, Ambrius, Draconian Rain, Silent, Collected. Yeah, I remember Collected killed it. I remember Collected being the first band. Collected were brilliant.
Yeah.
Amazing Essex band. Sunday, Callous Hands, Dripfed Empire. That was a lot of fun. Karma's Puppet. Yeah, very strong New Blood again. Very strong. Sophie Stage on the Thursday. It was another really, really strong day. Basement Torture Killings, Thum, Mother Vulture, Nanowar Steel, Necrogoblicon, and Dark Tranquility. That might be up there again alongside one of the best ones for us.
Yeah.
Really, really strong stuff. Across the weekend on the Sophie Stage, we had the likes of Party Cannon was fun. We didn't see Machine Head.
No.
We were over in New Blood, and we were, although it would have been nice to do it, we knew it was going to be insane.
Yeah.
And it was like, we're not going to rush over there to do it. We've seen I Hate God, and of course, Avatar's Strip Back set, which was one of the highlights of the weekend. Absolutely brilliant. Watched a little bit of Sleep Token, just because of the buzz around it. Still don't get it.
No.
Each to our own.
Absolutely
Hope you enjoy them. Then we hit the biggest, probably just wow. Mastiff, Pupil Slicer, Cage Fight. Now, I was interviewing, didn't watch all the Cage Fight because I remember having to go interviews and all that, but my God, Mastiff and Pupil Slicer, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Later on, we had the likes of Ingested and Samuel. Malevolence headline that night, watched a bit of them as well. A lot of fun. And on the Sunday, again, Pelusian, Desert Storm, Guilt Trip. I mean, God damn, that's strong. Later on, Orbit Culture and Harriet, absolutely brilliant. Both were fantastic. Vaguely, no, because we did watch Strigoi, but we were so exhausted we actually sat down for them. Right. It was that bad. Didn't end up seeing the headline of the Night Flight Orchestra. No. Glad that will be changed this year. Yeah, it will be because they're not there.
They are this year.
They are this year, but we'll look at the we'll look at the lineup before we're finished. Main stage, Behemoth were the headliners on a Friday, but I wasn't particularly excited for them because I had seen Behemoth quite a lot as well over the years. Merciful Fate were the Saturday. It was a box-ticking exercise more than anything else. I don't really care for them. It's like, well, I'm going to watch a bit of them and say I've seen them. And Lamb of God on a Sunday, each to our own. I find them mostly boring most of the time.
Yeah, it's only so much you can take of Lamb of God.
But Red Method opened on the Friday. Opened it. Congratulations for them being able to do that, and they were so fucking good. I'm so pleased to see them do that as well. A band I missed because I was interviewing, but I wish I'd seen because I've since seen them live. Bloody would. Can't wait for them to come in at Bloodstock. That music will absolutely kill it. Really, really good. I think watched a bit of Guab. Definitely Brendan did.
We saw a bit of that, because I was intrigued to see the show and the mess they made.
Yeah, I might have been interviewing a little bit between it, or maybe I went to get some food or put stuff back in the car, that kind of thing. But Exodus and Testament, awesome stuff. Yeah. On the Saturday, the likes of Silosis, didn't see Lorna Shore. Massive regret over that one. Massive regret.
I sort of check them out.
Yeah, Silosis, Ginger.
Ginger was really cool.
Yeah, Ginger, absolutely cool as fuck. Demi Borgir. We didn't mention it, but a few years before this, when Demi played the main stage, they had massive sound issues that meant they basically had like a 3-4 song set. Never quite gotten over that, and I don't know. We did see them. I don't think they were very good though either.
This is when they had all their white gear on.
Yeah. That's way earlier. No, that's way earlier.
Oh, I'm getting my.
Yeah, I just remember not. Well, in fact, I can't really remember much about it. I think speaks volumes. Did watch a bit of Merciful Fate, like I said, but look, it doesn't do much for me. No. So I didn't really care overall. On the Sunday, Scarlet Riot were fun as fuck. What else do we see? Cattle Decap and Dark Funeral were two of the major ones of that day. Did watch a bit of Killing Joke as well, again for box ticking, but just not that big of a fan.
No, but yeah, I'd 100% take heat over rain any day.
Yeah.
So as much as when you're there, it's like you don't want to complain about the heat because when it's raining, it's like, oh, it's even worse. But yeah, it does take it out of you. So by the Sunday, I think a lot of people were kind of flagging.
Yeah.
You do drink less, just generally, because obviously you do want to just down water.
Yeah. So, but still a great time. Oh, yeah. Still a great time, really, and it always is. We're old hats at this point because it comes now to 2023, which is our 9th festival, last year's festival. Major big story from that one was Halloween was scheduled to play as performing a Sunday as sub-headliners, special guests, and it pulled out because of laryngitis or something like that. Didn't care less. Wasn't that big of a fan. I know it was a big deal to a lot of people, and it would have been cool to see them. And I probably would have preferred them over KK's Priest, because I didn't even see KK's Priest. No. So yeah, last year this should be a little familiar, but Jägermeister stage. You checked out the Summit Fever. I was interviewing during that time, which was a shame.
So good.
Over we saw Waterlines were brilliant.
Yeah, that's good.
Waterlines, one of the highlights of that entire weekend.
Yeah,
that was
cool.
so much fucking fun. What else do we see? I think I was eating during Skies Turn Black, but Brennan went and saw them as well. New Blood Stage. Yeah, strong again. Arms to Oblivion, Locust were great. Moon Reaper were great. Head Press were fun. Street Soldier were brilliant. If you have the opportunity to see Street Soldier, and even if you're not a hardcore fan, just go and stand back.
Yeah.
You'll have a blast.
That's what I'm doing.
They're great, great band. So much fun. Offness opening that Saturday morning. Yeah. Killer stuff. Later on in that day, one of the highlights of that entire weekend, Drowned.
Yeah.
Drowned. That's
So
Drowned without the
different.
E. Was so much fun. You know, Daniel Garcia dancing to that, to Drowned, was just brilliant fun. On the Sunday, the likes of God Death, Elimination were great. Out of Gods. Our Gods were fantastic.
yeah.
We went and saw them during they were clashing with someone big in the main stage, so it was quite empty in the New Blood stage. But they were great. Well, we'll see in a minute.
I think it was Sepultura.
Yeah, it was Sepultura.
Yeah.
It was Sepultura, yeah, absolutely. But they were great. Dan went and saw .bph. I didn't, but he said they were fantastic as well. The Thursday wasn't as strong, personally.
Yeah.
But The Violent Incident, Frozen Soul were great. King 810 I didn't watch, but I think Dan said they were very good. Visions of Atlantis were enjoyable enough, and I don't remember seeing Skinned.
No, I don't think we did.
No, I think Brendan said he watched a bit of it and thought they were all right.
Yeah.
Oh, lost my page. Hold on.
Technical.
Sophie across the entire weekend. Of the headliners, Candlemas. We did watch Candlemas. Yeah, pretty drunk at that point, but I remember going, look, let's go and watch a bit. It was hazy, it was smoky, it was doomy. It was lovely.
Yeah.
Brothers Metal, I don't remember watching any of, and didn't do Biohazard.
No.
Although I vaguely remember us being around for it. Did we pop in briefly? We might have popped them briefly. I vaguely remember it.
Because we
maybe we
definitely
didn't.
saw Zeal. Did we go after Zeal? Because the sun... No, not go home, but like we didn't see anything else. I don't think we saw anything else.
No, nothing after Zill. Maybe I'm getting that confused then. But over that weekend, Blood Yard and Wolf Bastard were a great start to the day. The Enigma Division were fantastic. I only ended up watching 20 minutes of it because my interview commitments were starting afterwards. But I was stunned by them. Absolutely. I remember I left Locust, come on fast over to the Sophie stage to see the Enigma Division, and I absolutely loved them. But the band of that weekend, further up there, Garia. Oh my god. Yeah. I haven't seen them again recently as of the time of recording. See this band live. Yeah. See this band live.
So cool.
Be prepared to be absolutely blown away. Yeah. The Saturday was so strong. Ambrius, Tortured Demon, Tribe of Ghosts, Dekesis. Only saw half of Tribe of Ghosts and didn't see Dekesis, but it's amazing to see them there. Skin Failure were fantastic. Really cool. Casket Feeder, Gutalox, Trollfest. That's a strong fucking Saturday.
I don't think we watched that. Because I think they're the European ones.
No, we didn't.
Like the hazmats.
No, I think like later on we might have been on the main stage because looking at some of the bands on that. On the Sunday, Tusker, always and forever. So I was interviewing sadly, but I've been a big champion of them. Later on at the day, Embodiment were great. Some really nice technical death metal, and Zeal and Ardor, who I generally think should have been on the main stage and should be next time.
Yeah, because Embodiment, I remember he had shorts that were probably just casual shorts, but he was making some horrendous noise. And
Zeal and Ardor. Yeah. Truly spectacular. Yeah. Always spectacular.
Yeah.
Main stage on the Friday. I'm looking at them thinking, did I really see much on that main stage? I'm actually struggling with this. Did I see much?
I watched Witch Hazel, bit of Witch Hazel, and then I saw him again supporting Green Lung.
Right.
And I wish I'd known them more to actually get into it more, because Witch Hazel was so good.
I really don't remember much.
No,
I think maybe I watched Hate.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of Sacred Right, just because a box tick more than anything else. But I don't remember seeing, because me and Brennan both said after seeing Heaven Shall, we did a track by track for a Heaven Shall Burn album after it, and I remember us both saying we didn't know quite how good they were, that kind of thing. I know Brennan saw it in Flames. It was a big deal to him, and I know he said he absolutely loved it. We did all watch Killswitch Engage, about half of it. Said at the time, said in the review, and I've repeated now. Look, they're not headliners, in my opinion. No. I don't get it. I don't see it. Sorry. Each to our own. Saturday was a back and forth, I remember. I left Tortured Demon early to get a good spot for I didn't really need to, because everybody rocked up a minute in the Earn set, right at the front as well. And I was gutted I missed to see the Nikira. They're top guys, and their music's brilliant, and people said they had a blast. but hey, they clashes, and Earn were fantastic. Absolutely loved them. Interview commitments meant I still have not broken my employed to serve cherry. That has to happen soon. They were there, missed them. I watched a bit of Crowbar and a little bit of Abath in between interviewing. Dan saw Knock Loose, lost his glasses during it. For that, Triptychon performance Celtic Frost, watched a bit of that, but didn't really care for it. Didn't care for it. Would have had a Triptychon, just doing Triptychon stuff.
Yeah,
because I like Triptychon.
Yeah, that was there. That would have been.
And the sugar. Okay, right. I know for some people it's the epitome of just the best thing ever. To me, it's some of the dullest technical metal I've ever heard. And the joke is everybody says the same thing, has to say the same thing. Of course they're super talented, we know that.
Yeah.
Did nothing for me. No. Did nothing for me.
No. We probably went up to go to the shisha, done a few drinks in VIP.
No, we did shisha kill switch. Maybe, I don't know what we did. Maybe we just went and hung out in VIP. Maybe we just did. I don't really remember. But that brings us to Sunday, and there wasn't a lot on Sunday that was really sort of floating my boat. We did see Dead Label, they were cool. We did see Tribulation and Decapitated, they were cool. I can't stand Ugly Kid Joe, so I had no interest.
I know that 2 songs.
We did Our Gods. Brendan went to see Sepultura, and he said they were great, and that was it. That was it. Zeal and Ardor was it for us in 2023. Lots and lots of interviews, too many. Won't be doing that many ever again. And that was 2023. Anything else really standing out of that period?
No, not really. I remember there was my sister-in-law was quite good at spotting people in like VIP and going, "Oh, let's over there. Just go say hello." It was Kirk from Crowbar, and we stopped him for a quick picture. And then I think someone saw that we stopped him,
and then it just carried on. He's gone to the toilet.
Like, I need to go for a piss. We're like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah,
like, just go. I felt really bad, but he was a gentleman.
These are the little memories, and it is like. Talking big picture, we've done the lineups. We're not going to talk you for 2024. There's separate videos for that. But we're just, just those are the memories now that I care more about than anything else. The meeting people, the people as well. Not even just meeting people in bands and things like that. That's a nice little bonus. But getting to speak to the bands and New Blood, the ones that and meeting people and seeing more human faces and stuff like that. I guess I just want to talk a little bit about that side of things. The people that have. From bands that have treated us with respect and love and care, have sometimes transformed the festival experience for me. There have been times when, because of the whole press side of things and these kind of things, where it can get a little much and it can get quite exhausting. It can also kind of be frustrating. There have been some PR companies and press contacts who have been downright disrespectful to our time, where we'd have arranged things and no one has showed up and not had a text, an email, an apology or anything like that. There was one year with 3 of that person's bands, or the only 3 just simply didn't show up, didn't see him all weekend. Generally hurts my feelings, hurts my pride, feel insulted, and just sucks the energy out of me. And then every so often I'll meet a band who will change that vibe so on. The likes of Red Method, who are the loveliest people going. Last year, Street Soldier, one of the more terrifying interview prospects, turned out to be one of my all-time favourite. Some of the nicest human beings I've ever met. Going further back than that, Conjurer, who came to me to an interview on a Sunday at a time when I was feeling particularly hacked off with the whole thing, and said something to me beforehand, or I'll repeat here, that really helped me. And it stuck with me a long time. Elements like that. I think it was last year or the year before, whichever year Fit for the Autopsy played, interviewing them and meeting again one of the loveliest bands I've ever spoken to. Sitting down with Sabaton inside the, far away inside the real guts of the festival, and being honoured enough to have that opportunity. But also interviewing people that we've been friends with for years, your likes of Tribe of Ghosts and people like that, and just stopping and saying hello to the Ward 16 gang, all people like that, and trying to give them the best showcase we could. To some of the bands that we never even knew, had no press contacts, that just turned up and hoped for it. UI last year, UI?
Yeah,
the throat singer guys who had no press, translators, just lovely guys, absolutely really awesome to cool to do that. .bhp were a similar thing. I think it was a friend or something like that, doing a lot of talking for them and trying to get them interviews. Stuff like that is just really cool. Other press people we've met, to the PR company, people that we've worked with for years throughout or had discussions with, and who continue to treat us wonderfully and are really good at what they do, as when it comes to consistency and time and stuff like that. Absolutely love. So just the people that we know, there are people we've met and just sat down and chatted to, who like were kind of friends socially now, where it's like potentially looking forward to meeting again this year at the festival to say hello to. Because someone's wearing VIP and they're not, that means you don't often run into each other, you know, but we do spend a lot of time outside. We don't actually spend a lot of time in the Serpent's Lair, surprisingly. We're always out about, because we do want to see bands and music and stuff like that.
It's a good meeting place, so meet there, get a drink, and then go back out.
Yeah, go back, get a drink, and go back out to want to see the band and stuff like that. These are my favourite memories of Bloodstock now. I reflect on them. I look through photos, I look through pictures, and there's pictures of us, you know, it's you with the urn guys, for some reason looking like, if I look super serious, it's a great picture of you with Mastiff, you know, stuff like that. These are the guys, you know. Before I even really like, I'd become a fan of Mastiff based off earlier albums, and I had a T-shirt of theirs, but I didn't know what Mastiff looked like to a degree. And I remember many years ago, the vocalist with a great T-shirt, and it was like, oh, it's you, like that kind of thing. Now, like, I've interviewed them, I've talked to them, I've seen them at shows. It would be a lot more of a like a lot of thing. I love that side of things. It's always amazing just to mingle and get to meet people. It's so much fun. And I said this in the other video I did about the guide to Bloodstock and the guide to what you need to do and stuff like that. Your enjoyment will be heavily dependent upon your behaviour as well, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to have a good time and you're acting sensibly and being friendly and being warm and welcoming, you'll have a much better time. That's an attractive feature, not in the sense that you look attractive, meaning the fact that more likely someone's going to want to walk up to you and say hello to you and chat to you, perhaps about the T-shirt you're wearing if you look. But if you're standing with a face like thunder, or do you know what I mean, like that kind of thing, you're less approachable and stuff like that. And that's something I've learned, something I've tried to pick up. I walk around the festival, I've got a smile on my face. I've had to try, but I've worked on that for the last few years, dropped a lot of, you know, managed to work through social anxiety to get to the point now where I'm excited to meet people. Do you know what I mean? I'm game. I can't wait for that side of things. These are my memories. And the fact I get to do it with you, and I get to do it with Brendan and Gemma and Dan, and this year we've got Rose and we've got Elle with us as well. So 2 brand new people, but continues our nice, creates another big group. We're going to miss the people who aren't coming this year. You know, I want to give a shout out to Nick and Sarah. We're going to miss you. We know why you can't come this year, but hopefully next year you'll be back on that as well, you know?
I think from like a personal view, I think it's good for like, it sounds really stupid, like confidence, just to go up to someone and say, oh, really good set, really enjoyed that. Because sometimes you're like, oh, I don't want to be pestering. It's like, well, no, like, it's how you approach people. And if you're, these people, like people who are in bands, like, it's fucking a tough slog. Like, you've got to work hard at it. You've got to have the cojones to go out and do it on stage. Different crowds, different kind of sets, like your equipment breaks, all these kind of things. So someone to kind of go, oh, great set, or really enjoyed that, or picking up like merch and stuff. It's a really nice way, and a festival the size of Bloodstock is quite a good way to kind of see people mingling around a bit more frequently than you would at a bigger festival and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really good. As I say, like my sister-in-law Gemma's always off getting drumsticks and picks and chatting away and doing off and stuff. So yeah, I really enjoy that part for, like, as a confidence thing, to like go, oh yeah, and just chat to people. It's really nice.
Well, yeah, you know, even like outside of the music side of things, you know, we've got nothing but mostly good experience in the food. Naturally, we've picked up the odd bad thing here and there and stuff like that, but thankfully Easy Cheesy does not exist always in the round, or at least isn't at Bloodstock anymore. You still got the cheap cheesy shit, stuff like that, but the majority great food. Bunny Chow's, loved that over the years, you know.
There's 2 they can bring back anytime.
Bring back Delicates. Bring back Delicates.
They're like toasted paninis were like...
They're absolute bomb, man. We all know this though. Old Bloodstockers know how great Delicate was.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Absolutely. And we 100% agree.
And Mr. T's.
Mr. T's.
And their cheese toasties.
Oh, they were good morning, man.
One year they had a pet dog, and that dog was getting all the scritches, so that was a bonus. I think another tip from me that I've used over the years is, like, on a Sunday, donuts are a good pick-me-up. That hit of sugar, so that's quite good. Bring back a bag of donuts. You've got some friends there. But yeah, I think overall food-wise, we stick to what we like. There's certain foods...
Well, I said in the other video, I explained my rule. I did explain my rule about, like I know not everybody agrees about and understand why, but I feel justified after the download shenanigans. This year, no chicken, people. Just don't do it. Just don't risk it. I don't do it, and that's the case. But yeah, so I mean, it's 10 years of memories, and like, this is it now. Like, as long as Bloodstock exists and as long as I'm alive, and as long as Bloodstock doesn't, I don't change so significantly
that we don't
that like it's no longer what it was.
Yeah.
This will continue to be our yearly jaunt in August, no question. You know, we've asked ourselves, what happens if, say, for example, we aren't quick enough to get VIP and we miss out? We're gonna still go.
Yeah,
we're still gonna go. We're just gonna go. Oh, we didn't get it this year, and that'll suck.
Yeah.
But it's still the same festival.
Yeah.
We'll just do normal camping this year. So I mean, there's no question.
No.
You know, or that year we decide to really mix it and go, you know, let's do a hotel.
Yeah.
So I mean, we will continue to do it. It's no question on that front. It is our place to be.
My only thing with hotels.
I don't want to get into. We're not doing that. We're not having that. We're not doing that. That's,
Okay,
we're not.
okay.
We're doing a look back. Not talking about
No,
what
no,
ifs.
just in the past, yeah.
No, but the whole what if is why wouldn't we go in the future? And simply put, I can't see any particular reason at the current time that this won't continue to change.
Yeah.
Turn 40 this year there. I'd expect to turn 50. I hope to turn 60. Who knows? Who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe I'll be 70. Who knows? Bloodstock will be probably quite transformed by then. Certainly quite different. But who knows?
You see so many people, like, you see couples, you're like, oh, that could be us. Like, people still enjoying it, still like they...
Then I'll be less complaining about camping chairs then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, even now, sometimes over the weekend, you know, I'm eating a hot one and all that is like, yeah, I wouldn't mind a camping chair right about now, you know, stuff like that. It's always been a great time. It really is. It is my happy place. I'll always look forward to it to the point where it's important for us to have stuff leading up to it, otherwise we'll become too focused on it. And we also always try to make sure we've got things happening after it so that we don't slip into festival blues. The festival passes and we're like, okay, cool, next thing. And we've got that this year and so on. It's super important. Yeah, we can't wait. That's kind of our memory kind of look back, really. So yeah, what about some of yours? Like, how long have you been going, Bloodstock? What are some of your outstanding memories? Do you share some of ours as well, particularly when it comes to the band side of things? I'd love to know. Just let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website, where reviews, news, and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at GBHBL. Just search for GBHBL and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.